Ever wonder what could turn a perfectly good evening into a tech nightmare by morning? Let me paint you a picture. You're winding down, your Windows machine is humming along just fine. Sounds crisp, everything's smooth. You shut it down, catch some sleep, and wake up to silence. A red cross sits mockingly on the speaker icon, and suddenly, your computer's giving you the cold shoulder. What's the culprit? Windows Update. Yep, that sneaky little feature that's supposed to keep things running smoothly, but sometimes decides to throw a wrench into your day instead. Stick around, because I've been through this mess twice, and I've got a story, some hard-earned lessons, and a few tricks up my sleeve to share. So, here's how it went down. I'm on my Windows 11 rig, wrapping up some late-night work. Everything's golden. Headphones pumping, no glitches. I call it a night, and the next morning, I boot up to nothing. No startup chime, no music, nada. That red cross on the speaker icon stares back at me like it's daring me to fix it. I dive in thinking, all right, I've got this. Reinstall the audio drivers? Check. Roll back the latest update? Tried it. Scour forums for fixes? Been there. Hours pass and I'm still stuck in Mute City. I even ask ChatGPT for help, but its basic tips, reboot, reinstall, pray, don't cut it. At my wit's end, I reset the machine to its factory state, keeping my files intact. It works, but I'm left reinstalling apps and wondering why I didn't see this coming. Then, fate decides to have a laugh. My second machine, a trusty Windows 10 setup, pulls the same stunt after its own overnight update. Another red cross, another silent treatment. But this time, I'm smarter, or at least more stubborn. I dig deeper, spot an error 19 code in the device manager, and feed that detail to ChatGPT. It spits back something gutsy: tweak the registry. Now, if you've never messed with the registry, it's like walking a tightrope over a pit of digital doom. One slip and your system's toast. But I follow the steps, hold my breath, restart, and sweet mercy, the sound's back. It's like the universe played a cruel joke, and I finally cracked the punchline. Here's where my take comes in, because I've got opinions on this chaos. Windows Update is like that friend who means well but always overstays their welcome. Sure, it patches security gaps, but it's got a nasty habit of meddling with drivers and breaking things that weren't broken. My first machine? Hours wasted. My second? Nearly a repeat disaster. And don't get me started on the time it shoved a BIOS update down my throat that bricked the motherboard. Couldn't roll it back, couldn't fix it in the BIOS. Had to take it to a pro to reflash the chip. Cost me time, money, and a chunk of my sanity. So, what's the takeaway? First off, I'm half tempted to say ditch Windows Update entirely. Turn it off, lock it down, and take control yourself. But if you're paranoid about security holes, like me, grudgingly, you can keep it on. Just disable the driver updates. Second, skip Microsoft's driver roulette. Grab your machine's serial number, hit the manufacturer's site, and download what's built for your gear. It's not as flashy, but it's a heck of a lot safer. Third, when you're begging for help online, don't skimp on details. No sound won't cut it. Give the error codes, the symptoms, the whole saga. That's how I cracked the Windows 10 case. And here's my hot take. Windows 10 beats 11 hands down. I don't need fancy widgets or bleeding-edge bells. I need a system that doesn't pull a disappearing act on me. Resetting's fine if you're desperate. Just pick the Keep My Files option so you're not sobbing over a wiped drive. Worst case, you can fish stuff out of the windows.old folder if something goes sideways. This whole mess pushed me to the edge. I've even flirted with switching to a Mac, thinking it'd be less drama. Spoiler, it's not. The updates still nag you like a clingy ex, even when you tell them to buzz off. But at least with Windows, I've learned its quirks, enough to fight back. So, next time your sound vanishes or your BIOS decides to take a permanent vacation, you'll know where to start. It's not just about surviving Windows Update, it's about outsmarting it.
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell to the later update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end and see you in the next video.